I love this book. Apart from anything else, I think Zen Master Dennis Genpo Merzel, I have to practice saying that. Just think he looks really, really, really calm. And his strategy that he talks about in the book, and this is just my interpretation of it. He says it's just important to imagine that you've got a company, and the company's doing well, but the problem is you're not quite sure what your various employees are doing. Some of them are probably working really hard. Some of them are coming in at kind of 9:05 and leaving at 5:25. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. It's kind of just the right times. And then others are kind of running around like crazy, looking really, trying to be productive and working on their own initiative, but sometimes you have no idea what they're doing. So what he says is, he said, let's interview some of the employees of your company and let's do an appraisal and let's find out what's going on with them. Now, of course, this is a metaphor for the various parts of yourself. So he doesn't call the employees, he doesn't call them names like Fred or John or Sally. He calls them by the job that they have. So it's a bit like the film Inside Out. So in the same way that in Inside Out they had joy and they had sadness, in this book he offers a controller and a protector and anger and desire and fear and many others. And the theory is to sit down with these various characters and say, well, what does the controller do? So you can say to the person you're working with, and this is more for adolescents, not for little ones, but you can modify it. What does that controlling part of you do? What does the protecting part of you do? And what's it good at? What's it not so good at? What's it scared of? And what I add to this is, I say to people I'm working with, I say, how can you represent that character? So you've got a controller who's quite controlling, and is scared of losing control, because they're scared of failure. How would you represent them? And it's amazing how many people say the fat controller. But then there's all kinds of other things. Sometimes it's I'm working with quite techie people. They might see what's a keyboard, or it's like a recording studio with the dials and the sliders and the various buttons. So you can get some real detail on that graphic of how do they see the controlling part of them as a visualization. And then once you've interviewed, once you've interviewed all the various characters, you can find out what they're good at, not good at, if they need some help. You can sit them down almost like a boardroom table, and you can say, right, okay, now we know what you're good at, and we know what you're not so good at. Maybe we'll get you a little bit of training so they can get some help. Maybe we'll fire them. Every now and again, somebody goes, oh, I don't like that part of my personality. We're going to get rid of that. Okay, fire it. Or give it a warning. All right? Maybe if you give it a warning, it might really, pick itself up its game. Of course, you can fire it if you want, but give it a warning first. Also, you can, and again, this is my interpretation, you can recruit people into your company. Somebody said the other day they wanted to recruit empathy. That blew me away. They want to recruit empathy. Whoa, that's lovely, isn't it? Often they'll say, I want to recruit a PA to help this particular character because it's a bit overwhelmed. So you can bring people in. And of course, the nice thing is, if you're running a company, if you're going to run it successfully, you've got to have these kind of meetings regularly. Appraisals, so you've got accountability, and just check in. People know what their goals are. So that's kind of my interpretation of this book. And you can modify it to the age of the person that you're working with. This one comes with a CD. By now it's probably downloadable. I bought this book a long time ago. So big mind, big heart.